Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Well, you made it to the end of the week. Friday, Friday, Friday. So now you can start the weekend. So hopefully your work day has just ended and you've had a good day. My day's been uneventful. Um, Woke up early, then I was up for a bit, then back to sleep. And then finally had to get out of bed and be productive. So didn't have any more sales, which is fine. I got a few things to list, but I'm glad what I've done so far. So every small step gets you towards that goal. So pretty glad about that. Went to Goodwill. Nah, nothing there. And you're gonna have those days, there was a few things, but nothing I absolutely just had to. Friday traffic, I was like, oh, I should probably get gas. I was going to wait a little bit. It showed like $3.49. I think I was in Goodwill for like 45 minutes. I came outside. I was like, okay, gas had jumped to $3.89. So I was like, oh crap. So I'll wait a day or two. I'm sure it's only going to get worse, but whatever. I'm only, down a quart of a tank. So that's not too bad. Usually when I hit that, I go ahead and gas up. I try not to get too low. I'm too anal for that. So, and then, what did I do? After that, I was going to go to storage. Friday traffic here is crazy. Now that the students are back, it's exhausting. And so then I just ran out to the store to get what food items I need. I didn't need much, but as you know, I am a sucker for a t-shirt. This is my Jessica Fletcher Murder, She Wrote. Yesterday I wore my Go-Go shirt, which y'all loved. Target is usually hit or miss. Walmart is the better place for cool shirts, but they got me today for $15. And they only had one in my size. I get 2XL. That way there's enough room. If it shrinks a little bit, fine. But generally, and it seems like their cut is better than usual. The one I got, which I had no intention, I wouldn't have gotten one, but John Carpenter's The Thing. I mean, come on. I had to. It's one of my favorites. I had to get it for $15. My luck, it'll go on sale next week for 12 or 13, whatever. But what my thing is, you see it, especially in your size, go ahead and get it. So that's like a shirt like this. They had a Jaws shirt, which was pretty cool. Pretty cool graphics. I probably couldn't have worn it to work, but it was a very thinner fabric, which I didn't care for. So it's not like I was missing out. So I was so glad to find this. They have a cool ET shirt. I love the graphics too, but it's tan. I only get black t-shirts with graphics. They're just slimming, but it just that can kill me getting a shirt. I'm like, oh man, that's an awesome design, but it's tan or white. Why? They also had one which was on black, but it was the original poster for Revenge of the Jedi, which turned out to be Return of the Jedi. That would have been great. But the logo they used for Star Wars was the very first one, not the regular, but it's kind of like a pyramid looking one. Totally, you're using from 1 to 3 and it makes no sense. So I'll live. They had a cool Jurassic Park one. I didn't see it anywhere. So I was like, but The Thing, gotta have it. So awesome find for today. But thankfully they were busy, but not too much. But I got what I needed and came home. And update, that VCR might work after all. I'm going to keep you updated. I won't go into any more. I don't want to jinx it, but I was playing around with it a little bit. So we will find out tomorrow. Yes. So, but regardless, the remote I ordered for it last week came today, and it does work for this one here. my TV VCR combo, so it works all other Panasonic things. But I got to fiddling around with it yesterday, and I was like, well, wait, this part isn't moving. So I did this, and it started moving. So I've got what I ordered for this one in here to hook this up to my TV. I ordered another one, that one for the bedroom. So it's supposed to be here tomorrow. I will find out tomorrow. How about that? If that's the case, win-win. But when I got home, put the groceries up, I had the idea. I do have a 20-inch TV DVD player that I've had on the kitchen counter for a while because, well, you know, I'm an anal Annie. But it's 20 inches. Takes up a lot of room. So my thought was put it on top of the fridge. Little heavy. Just a little heavy. So what I ended up doing, putting it in the bedroom next to Sophia's tower. So now she has a TV DVD combo instead of her TV in the hall. And I'm playing her now that funniest pets video thing I got the other day for a quarter, 3 DVDs. Well, she was watching it. Now she's back on her tower napping. So anyway, it's out of the way. It's there. I can pop Scream or anything else on DVD on it. That way it's down below, which is fine. Now, granted, I could... Now I've reworked the countertop in the kitchen. Oh, it feels so much more open and clean. I still want to get a little 13-inch TV DVD player just to put on top of the fridge. So, now, granted, I do have her little 24-inch Vizio in the hall, and I can hook up a Blu-ray player. But my thing with that, she loves to jump up on the fridge, and I could definitely see her knocking off a flat screen TV versus a heavy little 13-inch that she cannot move. I'll be on the lookout for that. I had one many years ago. Back in 03, 04, I had one in my kitchen, and I gave it away. You know, what did I know? You live, you learn. So, I mean, I don't want to occupy counter space. It's just that space on top of the fridge. It's open, and it's prime. I can have it up there when I'm fixing whatever, and, you know, I mean, I just don't want it on the counter. So, but now I've moved things around, and it feels so much more open. You know, sometimes you just got to change your space up a little bit, you know? So that's what I'm on the lookout for now. Because I think what I'm going to do is, if this VCR does work, I am going to take what my Panasonic Blu-ray player, unhook it from the bedroom, and keep that sharp Aquos plus the VCR, and then that way, I don't need 2 Blu-ray players. At least in here, the Panasonic player is a 4K Blu-ray, and you have all 3 that you can play on that. But the bedroom, honestly, it's just Blu-rays and stream. You know, so there's that. So, whole lot of balls in the air on that one. So, but yeah. So I'm on the hunt for a 13-inch TV DVD player. So that for the kitchen. So now, unless I found they did do some flat screen DVD player, flat screen TVs with DVDs built in the side. I've seen some people find those thrifting. I'll be on the lookout, but I would prefer something 13-inch, and that way it could easily go on top of the fridge, and Sophia can't knock it off. So there's that. I did not see. That is it. I didn't go thrifting. You know, I went to the Goodwill. No luck there. I don't think I did see some news. I think, what was it, Toy Robot? What was it? Disconnected. Hold on, I will check. I'm still so jazzed about Dead Poet Society and the Mrs. Doubtfire coming out. That is going to be great. Let's see here. Bear with me.
Get a load of these sluts.
Hold on. Alright, so what did I see? This is stuff from yesterday. So I saw something earlier. I think it was the HD room? Hold on. Bear with me. They cover a lot of toys too. So it looks like Above the Law with Steven Seagal's coming out. The Corruptor, okay, from Toy Robot. Those are the same people who are doing Watchers and the 1987 He-Man, the Masters of the Universe. Nothing there. I don't tend to go for, man, I love some of the early Steven Seagal movies, but knowing who he is and everything, it really kind of, just, can't, So, what was it? Above Ground or something? I don't remember. I don't know. I do remember we would get those on, we would rent the VHSs. So yeah, I know, sorry, uneventful day, but you do realize I will do this every day regardless. So there's that. And it can be like when I go to my mom's for her birthday next month for a couple of days, I'll do the quick short videos. And as I am wont to do. Hopefully, I'll do it outside because God knows she keeps it like 80 degrees. But yeah, that's really it. I did get a pizza for dinner tonight, so that will be, pizzas are for Friday. Fridays are for pizza. So I like getting into that habit. And then that way I had stuff to do for lunches. For my next couple of days for work. And then what I'll do next week, get stocked up on. Next couple of weeks will be weird, schedule wise. I'm hoping it will even out once, like next week I have to take an extra day, that kind of thing. So there's that. Yeah. So tomorrow I do close. I actually close the next 3 days. So close Saturday, Sunday we close at 7, and Monday. Then I'll be off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So, I know, weird schedule. So it was just so hot, I just knew. The thing was go ahead and go on to the store, but I knew if I went to storage, I'd be over there for at least an hour. Going through stuff. So I do have this stuff here to take care of. So these books here, I do want to get a couple of those, especially the textbooks, on up for the weekend. And maybe we'll get some sales there. Those are just, books are just the easiest thing, especially a hardcover textbook. People are looking for the best price. And where they get you is where if you get a textbook and you have to have an access code, you have to buy new, but there's some schools that still use a previous edition, and, as long as you get it, doesn't matter. Textbooks used to be such a gold mine, but it can be hit or miss. Homeschooling books are always good. And, moving into like the DVDs and things like that too. Those are easy shipping items. I want to be able to provide people with their physical media. So I am a strong proponent for it. Like I said, if I could quit everything and open a video store and bring that back, I would in a heartbeat. It would be like a retro video rental with some books you can buy, like deal with vintage books and toys, etc., that kind of thing. So just an all-around cool little shop where you happen to, You can rent a VCR if you want to, with the adapter for your fancy up-to-date TV, which, how did TVs get so big? And they got so cheap too. But you know what? At the end of the day, I honestly feel like I would just prefer a big old 27-inch TV and be happy with it. We grew up with, smaller screens. Now we're just used to screens everywhere. And I think that's a lot of our problems. The perfect meme I saw was, remember when the internet lived in its own room? When you had the computer room, and that's where you would get on the internet. That's why I still prefer a desktop computer. My internet is here. Yes, I can access it on my phone. But yes, I still have a printer. I can't imagine not having a printer. There's so many of these school kids, I ain't got a clue how to print something. What? I have to have a printer. I don't use it that often, but when I print something, I gotta print something. So there's that. Yeah, that's why they're like when Wuthering Heights came out, last year, and I was like, yeah, we've got that. It just came out. They're like, nah, I can stream it anytime. Yeah, but you could stream it anytime. But what if you couldn't? Then, I'd have to get a player. Always have a player on hand. It can't hurt. I even have a little portable DVD player over here, just in case if I ever want to take a trip and take some movies. Yes, I could stream all I want, but there's something like, when you had a CD player in your car and you took your CD binder with you. So I want to make sure, I want everyone who wants to get back into physical media can. If I can help in any way, help you get your library started, great. Is there something you're looking for? I can always be on the lookout. I might see stuff I'm thinking, I already have all of Alias, or the other day, I have the complete series of Macmillan and Wife, but they had season 1 at Goodwill. That would have been a quarter. They had 2 seasons of the L Word, which I'm not into. I heard it was good, but, I was more of a Queer as Folk guy. But you never know what I'm going to come across. But if I can help you create your physical media library, whether it be CDs, some VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, that's what I want to help people do. And I want to be the physical media guy who can help you. So, I know, that's just how I am. I want everyone to realize, yes, you can get something digitally. I understand that. But they can also take that away from you instantly as well. Unless you just pretty much have it backed up or something. But a license like the movie code that comes with your Blu-ray 4K digital code, that could disappear. So, it's a nice perk to have. But for something that doesn't have a physical media release, like when I got the complete series, it was $15 on Apple Store for Amazing Stories, Stephen King's Amazing Stories from 1985. I have season 1. Season 2 was I don't think ever released here, but one of my favorite episodes is in season 2, where the guy he loves horror movies, and I forget what it's called. And he ends up being in Psycho, which is wild. And it's such a great little, that's just my favorite. But there were so many, and it only lasted 2 seasons. But I only have season 1. Season 2, hard to get. So those are the instances, or like Murder, She Wrote, Mama's Family. I have those digitally. Ones that mean a lot to me. I look every Tuesday when they drop what's going to be there. I've come so close to Falcon Crest, because only the first 3 seasons I think are available on DVD. Not the entire series. Or Knots Landing. They only did the first 2 seasons on DVD. Now I do have all of Dallas and Dynasty. There's that on DVD. So that I mean, I'm not going to download that digitally, but I could watch it anytime I want. But those others, something I can't just get a disc and pop in, then yeah, I will. And when and if they will ever do a physical media release. I doubt it, but you never know. So thank you for coming to this chat talk. But I feel like that's going forward. I want to be able to help people realize physical media is here to stay, and everyone should have their own physical media. Because even books, working in a bookstore, strong proponent for you can read whatever you want. People can criticize whatever you read. As long as you read and you have it, it's yours. No one can take that book away from you. Music. I love music. Can't take my music away from me. You cannot take my DVDs, my books, my comics, my music. Cannot take that physicality away from me. iTunes is good. It serves its purpose, but if I can get it on a disc, and I am pissed when something comes out on vinyl, especially older, that's why I'm thinking it would be worth it to at least get a good starter turntable. And if they're not going to bother putting something out on CD, but bring out a vinyl of it, okay, you got me. I don't like having to do that, but if I have to do that to have the music, fine. That's like I said, Kate Bush. There's only like 2 of her CDs actually available. Everything else is unavailable, but CD wise. But vinyl, when running up that hill got popular, Stranger Things. The vinyl came out. Okay, great. Not the CD, the vinyl. So, or like y'all were telling me the 40th anniversary, a 40th anniversary edition of Pretty in Pink soundtrack, glitter vinyl for $60 with nothing extra added. So I'm paying extra. Oh, I won't be paying that. Y'all know that's one of my favorite movies. I ain't paying that. I have the original soundtrack vinyl in storage. I have the original soundtrack CD. I think I have that from the CDs You Want guy. I think I got that one, or did I? Anyway, where he made his own and expanded upon it with extra music that was in the movie, or a snippet or something like that. I ain't paying $60 for a freaking vinyl. I'm cheap. It's got to be something I really, really want. Now, years ago, I think it was like 10 years ago, I did get the vinyl soundtrack of Singles, the movie Singles. And it came with a digital download of the soundtrack. That was one instance where I think it was like 20-something bucks. And I got it because Singles is one of my favorite movies. It's up there. It's a freaking awesome soundtrack. Made me want to move to Seattle, which I didn't. That movie is just so good. But yeah, I do have that soundtrack. I got the CD soundtrack from BMG or Columbia House. So, and I had the poster. What the hell did I do with that poster? I don't know. I bet that poster was in when I moved up here, and I left up, I told you I left those books and things. So anyway, is what it is. So, but if I can help you or anyone as a Gen Xer, I want to be able to help everyone get their physical media in order. To get a player, get a CD player, get a DVD player, get a VHS player. Get what you want. That way nobody can take your physical media away from you, because that, you own it and nobody can take it away from you. Plain and simple. If the internet ever went down, I can watch it whenever the hell I want, as long as I got power. So there's that. And too many people are just like, oh, we're just going to get rid of this entire collection. And, I get it, but there's something to be said for we were sold the lie that Streaming was everything. Anything you wanted to watch would be there when you wanted it to, whenever you wanted to. Lies. As per Disney, erasing stuff off their sites, not being able to see like the Willow series one season, stuff like that. Or what was it? HBO Max, just like all the animation, a good chunk of that, it's like, what the hell, so, but no, if it was released, I mean, that's why you look elsewhere. If someone can digitize it and put it on a format, they'll do it, plain and simple. So, and that's why if something never has a release, I will see if I can find a way, because I'm sure somebody out there has put it on there. So whether it be Blu-ray, 4K, and same thing VHS, so, and I'm really picky about the VHS I pick up. It doesn't have to be everything. If I knew, hey, I was going to start a store, but I've watched videos on like how to take care of, how to get mold off a tape, how to try and repair a player. I feel like those kind of tools come in handy. So, yeah. So thank you for coming to my rant today, but I'm so jazzed about my The Thing t-shirt. So if you're a fan of it as much as I am, go to Target, $15. Hopefully they have it in your size. Not an ad, but I just happen to be there. I try to go once a week to get what I need. Otherwise, y'all know I hit the Dollar Tree up. Or randomly Aldi, so, but I had to get a pizza, and this time I got the correct mouthwash. Last time I grabbed one haphazardly and did not realize that it was their dupe of Listerine with alcohol. Yikes. But I'm not wasting it. I'm using it. It was like May 30th. I date my stuff when I start to use it, and that gives me an idea how long does it take to use this bottle. So that kind of thing. So I knew to look today, like, you know what, $4.99, go ahead and get it. It's done. So that way, when this one runs out, I'll start the next one. I try to date myself, see how long does it last. So, and that way you're like, oh, go to Dollar Tree, pick this up. Toothpaste is a different gauge, but yeah, twice a day. Brush up. So, oh Lord, hold on. Okay, 11/17. Okay, I had to stop and think, wait, when's that dentist appointment? Then, okay, cool. Because like both in like November, I've got the dentist, cleaning, and vision. So, there's that. So, anyway, tomorrow I do close. So, tomorrow night's video will be late. I'll try to get home as soon as I can. And we'll see how tomorrow goes. So, yeah, it's the weekend. I expect it to be fairly steady. And we'll just kind of go from there. So, but, pizza tonight. Friday's off of pizza. Have yourself a good dinner tonight, okay? You've had a week. Treat yourself. How about that? Ordering a pizza if you want. Be sure to tip your driver well. Or if you want to, go out and eat or fix you something good at home. Get you some rest. Now remember, you've got the whole next 2 days ahead of you. Do you have errands? Do you have nothing to do? I mean, the next 2 days is your oyster. Go for it. And if you can sleep in, great. Then stay up late scrolling. I woke up this morning and I had, it was way early. And my phone was on my chest. The TV was on. And so I got up, saw what time it was, saw Sophia at the foot of the bed, put my phone on charge, and went back to sleep. And then next thing I know, it was like 6:20. She was waking me up. Hey. So I had to get up and feed her, as per usual. And then the day started. So, but anyway, let's meet back here tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night. Get you something good to eat for dinner. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. If you're new, hello. Glad to have you. If you're not new and you just stumbled upon me, like and subscribe if you like. Not every day do I pick anything up. Some days it's just me chatting away. So, remember, I'll be here. I'll be here for you. Anyway, that was me singing. So, I am sorry. So we'll be back here tomorrow. Be late tomorrow night, but I'll try to get home as soon as I can, and we'll see how our Saturdays go. How about that? All right, gang. I'll see y'all then. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you. And as I always say, bye, y'all.